Hello and welcome to V News. I'm Bao Trung from Hanoi, and coming up next we have your top stories.
Vietnam vows to foster Asia-Pacific economic integration. Vietnam and Czech enterprises seek cooperation. Harsh road to education in mountainous region.
Vietnam vows to work side by side with other members of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum in fostering regional economic integration towards the prosperity of Asia-Pacific. President Trương Tấn Sang made the remarks at the first plenary session of the APEC Economic Leaders Meeting in Manila, the Philippines, on November 19.
He called on APEC member economies to continuously foster regional economic integration towards sustainable development goals and focus their cooperation on reducing poverty, development gap, and disaster risk, ensuring food security, and developing sustainable agriculture and green tourism. The APEC economies also need to step up economic and technical cooperation and support for improved capability of developing members, particularly in new generation economy and trade, the President added. Having great potentials in economy, science and technology, the APEC members and enterprises should get more involved in sub-regional and regional integration schemes, notably the ASEAN and Mekong, he noted. He highlighted contributions of Vietnam to strengthening APEC and regional economic integration. He said Vietnam has learned great lessons from 30 years of the renewal process, which show economic growth is fueled by greater integration, while the determinant of sustainable and inclusive growth is reform, particularly reforms of economic system, human resources, and infrastructure. At the first plenary session, APEC leaders were firmly committed to achieving the Bogor goals in 2020 towards the establishment of the Free Trade Agreement of the Asia-Pacific and developing the region as a driving force of regional and global connectivity. After 2 working days, delegates adopted a declaration of APEC economic leaders, building inclusive economies, building a better world, a vision for an Asia-Pacific community, and a statement on supporting the multilateral trading system and the 10th World Trade Organization Ministerial Conference. The next event will be held in Peru in 2016. While in Manila, President Trương Tấn Sang met with Papua New Guinea Prime Minister Peter O'Neill on November 19. President Sang congratulated his country on its socio-economic achievements. He said it is necessary to promote dialogues and make efforts to ensure security and safety in line with international law and common practices, including the 1982 UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. To boost bilateral ties, the two sides agreed on the necessity of negotiating and signing cooperation agreements, encouraging trade and investment promotion in the sectors of their strengths, including agriculture, rice, rubber and coffee cultivation, wood processing, fisheries, and oil and gas exploitation and production.
The National Assembly has adopted the draft law on Internet information security. More details in the following.
At the working session on November 19th, more than 85% of the 500 National Assembly deputies voted for the draft law on Internet information security. The law regulates Internet information security, the right of agencies, organizations, and individuals, and their responsibility for ensuring the security of Internet information. It also stipulates the development of workforce in charge of Internet information security. The same day, the National Assembly discussed a draft law on asset auction. The majority of the National Assembly deputies backed the need to promulgate the law, aiming to perfect the legal framework for asset auction activities in conformity with other relevant laws, as well as to handle existing inadequacies. Earlier, deputies heard a report on a draft revised law on pharmacy presented by Health Minister Nguyễn Thị Kim Tiến, focusing on fostering the development of the pharmacy industry.
A Vietnam-Czech business forum was held in Ho Chi Minh City on November 19th with the aim to strengthen trade cooperation between the two countries. Our reporters will bring you more details.
Vice President of the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Võ Tân Thành, said the event helped create opportunities for Vietnam and Czech enterprises to further links in trade and investment. President of the Czech Senate, Milan Stek, said the Czech Republic considers Vietnam as one of the 12 leading markets and an important gateway to ASEAN. He said he hopes the two countries' business circles will grasp the chance to strengthen their investment cooperation ties. Bilateral trade has enjoyed stable growth in recent years, hitting nearly $294 million in 2014, up 24% compared to the previous year. The figure is expected to reach $1 billion in the near future.
Seldom do you hear stories about teachers in the mountainous region struggling day by day to bring education to young minds in rural areas. On the occasion of Vietnamese Teachers' Day, coming up next we bring you a report on teachers from the northern province of Sơn La.
Phiêng Pieng is considered a preschool in the Mường Cai commune, Ma River district, with nothing more than a few pieces of makeshift walls and fences. Barely hanging onto the ground, it is put on. During storm seasons, this school could not be able to stand against the rain and wind of the mountainous region. Miss Lương Thị Phúc has been teaching at Phiêng Pieng for 2 years. She lives far away from the school and has a small child of her own. Yet day after day, Phúc continues to come to class. Her passion for teaching keeps her steadfast in pursuing the career.
My home is 30 kilometers away. Every day I wake up at 5 a.m. to get to work. The trip is always difficult, especially on rainy days. Sometimes I have to leave my motorbike down in the lower village and walk 10 kilometers to get here. But the children are always here waiting. They are poor, but they love to study.
I live 35 kilometers away from the school, and I have to leave home at 5 a.m. and arrive around 6:30. I have to leave my motorbike and travel on foot on rainy days. I have 2 kids studying here. My home is very far away, and the road is extremely difficult to travel on. My family's finances are dependent on a few rows of corns. I hope the government will help invest in the school system so my children can study.
Most of the schools in Mường Cai commune have similarly poor infrastructure. As such, both teachers and pupils are left to the whim of nature, from the frosty cold mountain air to the harsh stormy rain. Moreover, the children who attend the school all come from poor households with limited understanding of the importance of a proper education. Teachers at the school always visit locals to encourage them to send their children to school. Despite these difficulties, these teachers remain dedicated to their work and passion, nurturing the young generation of the Northwest region.
We have more news coming up next. Stay tuned.
A conference to enhance the involvement of women in National Assembly and People's Council at levels was held in Phan Thiết City, the central province of Bình Thuận, on November 19th. Increasing the rate of women in people-elected agencies is an important target in Vietnam's national strategy on gender equality in 2011-2020. This will create opportunities for women to raise their voices in making laws and policies related to human rights, gender equality, culture, education, environment, among others. At the event, participants highlighted difficulties to increase the rate of women joining the decision-making agencies in general, and in legislature and all-level People's Council in particular, such as conceptions on tradition, culture, and gender equality. They also proposed several solutions to help women promote their capacity, with focus on training and communication work to raise public awareness of gender equality. the rate of women joining party organizations, state agencies, and local authorities at all levels is on the rise. The rates of female legislative members increased from only 3% in the First National Assembly to 24.4% in the 13th National Assembly, 5.4% higher than those recorded in Asia and 3.4% in the globe.
Vietnam and Spain shared experience in regional integration at a workshop in Hanoi on November 19th. The event was part of the efforts to boost strategic partnership between the two countries.
The workshop also aimed to strengthen cooperation in research and training between Vietnam and Spain. Reports presented at the event focused on regional integration, economic and political impacts caused by regional integration and global vision in the future. Delegates analyzed the situation and prospects of economic and investment ties between Vietnam and the European country. They proposed various measures to expand their economic cooperation.
The winners of the Vietnam Outstanding Banking Product and Service Awards 2015, organized by the International Data Group and the Vietnam Banks Association, has been announced. More in the following.
Vietcombank was awarded the 2015 Best Retail Bank title. The Bank for Investment and Development of Vietnam, which has 1,813 ATMs, was named the 2015 Best Online Bank. Vietnam International Bank was presented the Most Innovative Products and Services Award for the MyVIB app, which allows customers to transfer money to more than 86 banks and make payments with nearly 400 service companies. The Saigon Commercial Joint Stock Company won the Most Innovative Products and Services Award for its online tax-paying service and online export and import bailouts. The Best Information Security Bank Award was given to the Vietnam Joint Stock Commercial Bank for Industry and Trade for investments to upgrade and complete its security system.
A regional workshop is being held in Ho Chi Minh City from November 19th to 20th on boosting regional cooperation to ensure gender equality in the workplace.
The event brings together representatives from relevant international organizations and ASEAN members. Participating experts share their country's experience in making gender equality part of labor laws. They examine job opportunities available for women across the region and their average earnings. Mega Irina, head of the ASEAN Secretariat's Social Welfare, Women, Labour and Migrant Workers Division, said all the bloc's members have approved the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women and other treaties initiated by the International Labour Organization on the issue. Vietnam's law on gender equality regulates that ensuring equality between men and women must be included in all legal documents.
Artist Lee Yong-hee from the Republic of Korea is in Vietnam for the first time to showcase 44 of her embroidered paintings at an exhibition in Hanoi.
Lee's biggest work, the Green Dragon White Tiger Curtain, measuring 50 cm by 180 cm, is an impressive display at the exhibition. It took Lee 3 years of 12-hour daily work to finish the painting, which features an imposing landscape of mountains and clouds with a dragon and a tiger facing each other. Other paintings with royal symbols and patterns are the highlights of the festival. Lee started doing Korean traditional embroidery when she was 17, overcoming a physical disability and other personal difficulties. In 2013, Lee received the Presidential Award for Disabled People in Arts and Culture. The exhibition will run until November 21st at the Korean Cultural Center, 49 Nguyễn Du Street.
And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thank you for your attention. For more information, you can always log on to our website at www.vietnamplus.vn. Goodbye for now.